like a second skin. Talking about the lost one, said you felt it from within. Videos for the missing, stories in the dark. Your friend and everyone here branded us with your mark. Broken trust, the damage is done. We were standing for the missing, you were aiming at the young. You crossed that line, now the truth is clear. We will never let a man like you speak for the ones who disappear. Live stream shared in your space, but the truth crawled out like a ghost from a shallow place. Phone calls, videos turned into proof. You can't plead mercy when we're staring at the truth. Broken trust, the damage is done. We were standing for the missing, you were aiming at the young. You crossed that line, now the truth is clear. For the ones who disappear. Broken trust, you will never be allowed back here. This ain't drama, this is a real crime. You heard every family advocate and friend this time. Use their names as a cover, as a mask. Yeah. Now your legacy's a warning, you can't hide the past. Broken trust, the damage is done. We were standing for the missing, you were aiming at the young. You crossed that line, now the truth is clear. We will never let a man like you speak out for the ones who disappear. Broken trust, you'll never be allowed back
Warning. This episode contains content that may be disturbing or sensitive to listeners. Discretion is advised.
Hey everybody, my name is Duchess, and this is the Dutch Girl Podcast, and I appreciate you guys joining me tonight for a very difficult conversation that I don't really want to have, but because I have family in town, they come first, and this isn't going to be a long one, but it's going to be a serious one. So I appreciate you guys being here. Before we get started, I just want to say thank you, Allegedly Speculating, for being a member for 15 months. Thank you so much. I appreciate you supporting the channel. Zena, thank you for being a member and a moderator for 26 months. Thank you so much for your support. LFT, thank you for joining the Dutch Bus. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Carrie, thank you for being a member for 25 months. Gosh, it's hard to believe it's been that long. Thank you so much. Abellis, thank you for being a member for 15 months. Hannah, UK, thank you for being a member for 5 months. And thank you for being a mod. Wishful Thinking, Hopeful Angel, thank you for being a member for 5 months. I really appreciate you guys coming over for this conversation. First and foremost,
Can I jump in?
no, let me say.
Okay.
Sorry, the Duke is here, and he has some things that he wants to say too. Steph, not that Steph, don't side-eye me. Thank you for being a member for 16 months. I really appreciate you. And Kim Holmes, it's so good to see you. Thank you for being a member for 25 months. And that Ellen, thank you for being a member for 11 months. I really appreciate y'all so very much. This is very difficult. How all of this transpired since Sunday. I was planning to have a regular old live stream, to talk about missing people, give some updates where I went to Micah Miller's birthday memorial here locally. And while I'm planning and doing things, while I'm planning and doing all of these things so that I can have a live stream, I get a message. And that I had no idea that it was going to lead to something as mind-blowing as it has for this community. And I just appreciate all of the kind messages, phone calls, texts that I have received. Some of the messages that I've received via people's YouTube channels have not been so kind. But let me just make this statement. That I need to address this very serious situation. And obviously you all know that it involves someone that I previously have collaborated with in this community here on YouTube, as well as on Facebook. And I'm not the only person who has collaborated with Arctic Fox True Crime. There are advocates here on screen. I have Dan with Missing in USA. Dan, thank you for being here. I also have Mind of Monsters here. We have worked together. We have also exposed another advocate in our community of awareness and advocates across social media platforms, MPIA, Missing Persons in America. And we did that live stream right here on this channel in April of 2025, in which Arctic Fox was present on panel. And I still have it public. I'm going to be going through and making some distinct changes. Arctic has been banned from my platform, from all of my platforms, and from my Discord. I want to be very clear about where I stand. Because apparently for some people, they don't think I'm mad enough, that I didn't respond quickly enough with my own live stream. So I hope you guys are here listening, whether you like me or dislike me. This is an important conversation, and you can put your feelings aside how you feel about me. But I firmly oppose any behavior that harms or exploits minors. And anyone who knows me knows that I stand firmly against this. And the safety of young people and the integrity of this community across all social media platforms will always come first. And because of the seriousness of what has come to light, this individual known as Arctic Fox True Crime on his many social media platforms has been banned here and will never be welcome in this community or on any future collaborations for any reason. And I know that he still has a private Arctic Fox True Crime Facebook that has not been removed, even though he removed his personal profile. That group is still active. I am no longer a part of that group, but I have concerns about this. And like many of you, I was shocked, very shocked, and deeply disturbed by this situation. And also for y'all in the bushes that thought that I went to Queen Bee to cry about it. Well, anyone who also knows me for any length of time knows that when I'm really fucking angry, I'm trying to hold it back. I'm trying to not lose it. And so, yeah, it probably seemed like I was crying. You think I'm crying because I'm trying to protect somebody? Have you lost your shit? Some of you have a lot of nerve, I tell you what. Make no mistake, I am deeply upset. I had no way to ever even imagine that a person that I just simply collaborated with on cases. Like, I didn't know him personally. He lives in Arkansas. I live in South Carolina. I don't know him in his real life. I don't have his phone number. We don't talk on the phone. We talked in group chats in Discord. Even people that were formerly my moderators that may not be here any longer, they know. My past interactions with this person were limited to the content collaboration that we did. Arctic Fox was in this community, made his own channel, separate of me. I didn't bring him to this community. He was here doing his own thing, making his videos long before I even knew who he was. Let me make that crystal fucking clear. He shared my flyers. Arctic doesn't make the flyers, y'all. I make the flyers. He shares my flyers. He shares the Aware Foundation. If you're going to keep the same energy, where's the energy for all the other creators that he paneled with? Because there were a lot. But you know what? Guess what? Guess what? They didn't know either. None of us knew. I am not Arctic Fox True Crime's keeper. I didn't bring him here. He was on Mountain Girl 212's channel. He was a mod for White Boy. He's paneled up with Dago. He's paneled up with Doodlebug, Mind the Monsters. Lots of people have collabed with him. He's been on my panel. I have had no knowledge of this behavior before I found out when somebody told me that Queen was live and there was a video and he was on it. And so I had to go there and see. And you know what? Sure enough, my husband is here. He can tell you because Arctic told me that the reason that he took his YouTube channel down and that he left my Discord without any message, because we had not really spoken since the summer because he had taken a mental health break because his mom was sick. He had things going on. That's what he told me and several of my moderators. And they know. This community that advocates the awareness channels is built on respect and trust and looking out for one another. And anyone who violates those values has no place here. If anyone in this space ever feels unsafe or sees concerning behavior, please speak up and report it so that it can be addressed. Don't come to me. Report it to law enforcement. And law enforcement is investigating this. I don't have any firsthand knowledge about this situation. I found out just exactly how everyone else on this platform found out. And I was disgusted to my core. But don't think this is the first advocate that's ever been called out, that's been caught in this situation. And I have two advocates right here with me on panel as my witness. Dan, Mind the Monsters.
So yeah, about a year ago, almost a full year
This is not the first one. This is the fourth one. This is the fourth one that we've had to call out, the missing community.
The fourth one, y'all. The fourth one. There was only one that I personally hosted the particular stream back in April of 2025. There's been 4 advocates that have been called out for this. I didn't hear anybody else in this community talking about MPIA. No, that was us. I didn't see anybody else talking about the other advocates. Anybody? Anybody? I'm looking in the comments. You know, listen, he seemed genuine and truly concerned. But listen, he wears a mask, obviously, because I didn't pick up on it. Have I beat myself up over that? My husband is sitting right here. He can tell you.
I'm ready. Whenever.
Listen, Duke is raring to go over here. But listen, out of respect for the seriousness of the situation and any potential investigations, after this live stream, I will not be discussing further details about this publicly because I am not going to give him any more energy than this. If you know something, if you are a family, and I have talked to multiple families, Arctic actually asked me to volunteer with the Aware Foundation of Virginia, Kenny Gerald's. Yes, Kenny knows about this. Arctic was volunteering with Kenny Gerald's in the Aware Foundation before I was. He actually asked some other people to come and volunteer for the Aware Foundation too. Arctic did. So it's not just me. There's actual 501c3s that were working with him. We're talking about multi-platforms this spans across. But people are dependent on me that I brought him here, that I'm covering for him, that I've known about this, that makes me a predator. Abso-fucking-lutely not. Wait, do I have Kenny in the chat? Is that you, Kenny? He was never a volunteer with the Aware Foundation? Well, that's not what he told us, and he tried to get all of us to come and join you too, which I did email you about volunteering. And I know you remember that, Kenny. But he told me that he was working directly with you. And that's why my first concern, I was like, somebody has to call Kenny immediately to let him know. Like, I started reaching out to families. I started reaching out to other advocates. Thank you, Kenny, for being here. And thank you for telling me that, because otherwise, look, BVK's in the chat. That's not what was told to a lot of us. Let me get over here to my comments. Kenny, thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate you just coming over here and clearing that up, because I would have never known. He actually asked me and BVK to if we would like to volunteer, and that's when I sent you the email and told you, if there's anything I can do to ever help out. Like, I share your flowers all the time and give you guys credit. In fact, I have a 501c3 shirt on my bonfire store that sponsors the Aware Foundation. He only used our flyers for his videos. Yeah, he used my flyers that I make too. I'm just disgusted with this. And B. Tim says, I think no one can be blamed for being tricked by this Fox person. These type of people are good at blending in. Yeah. And I just want to thank the mods for being here also.
I have some stuff written down, if I can jump in.
Okay. The Duke has some things to say, so I'm going to give him the microphone. I just want to ask you guys, please be kind to each other in chat. Maybe some of you guys don't like each other. I ask that you please put your personal differences aside for this very important conversation, because I need to get this off my chest. This has affected me personally. It's affected my moderators, my members, my subscribers. And I just appreciate you guys. And please, no doxing in the chat. The mods will handle it appropriately. Thank you.
When I first heard about this, I didn't want to believe it, but I saw the videos myself, and I want to say
what that guy was caught doing is disgusting. I mean, you grooming someone you believe is a 14-year-old is predatory behavior, and there's no excuse for it. But predators hide in spaces where people care about kids. You know, they present themselves as allies. If they didn't, they'd never get access or trust. You know, and so one thing about Dutchie here, I live with her. I mean, she's my wife. I see the time that she spends making flyers and trying to help families find missing kids.
Thank you,
If she had known anything like this, she would have been the first person exposing it. Her and Arctic's never met in real life. Their connection was only through live streams and talking about missing cases. That's it. And knowing someone online doesn't mean that you know their private behavior. When the truth came out, she condemned it immediately.
Katie K, thank you for the $19.99. I hope you know that all you did was trust someone who pretended to be someone they were not. A lot of us have been there. It's horrible. Thank you, Katie K.
The real issue here isn't internet drama. It's protecting kids. And that's why Dutchie's channel exists. And that mission hasn't changed. Just because one person turned out to be a predator, which I understand that you've exposed a few of them now, you know, but if they were easy to identify, they wouldn't be predators hiding in communities like this, you know, where we actually do care about kids and helping find them and stuff like that. So
thank you, babe. I appreciate
that's anyone who tries to groom someone they believe is a 14-year-old predator. They're predators. There's no gray area there.
No.
You know, I see the work that she does when the camera's off. And I mean, it's just, it consumes her. You know, I see how much she cares about people. It's why, I mean, we understand that people are angry. We are too. But the anger belongs directed at the predator, not the people trying to protect kids.
Thank you. Thank you.
That's all I got.
Thank you, babe. I appreciate that. Muscles and Mascara, thank you for your super chat. You are the kind of creator people are grateful to find honest, kind, and grounded in doing what is right. Your kind of character is rare and it deserves to be recognized. You're amazing and genuinely appreciated more than you know. I appreciate that very much. Thank you. And Be Nice Try It, thank you for being a member for 12 months. And thank you to all the members. I really appreciate you guys joining and for being here. This is just difficult. It's difficult to absorb this type of thing. I have my mods dropping some links. You know, I feel like staying educated about these things is so very important because this is not a first-time situation. Hey, Chasen, no one knew he promoted missing constantly and seemed concerned for cases. Yes, he did. BV cases, if I ever had thought or had a feeling way back when I would have screamed from the rooftops, I had no bad feelings from him. I didn't pick up on it. So, you know, if anything good comes out of this situation, I guess it's that a predator was exposed before they could hurt a real child. And I just hope people will be aware and continue to, you know, I know that another creator, allegedly speculating, has sent out a FOIA and the investigation is open. And I know that since she is a resident of that state, I'm sure that once the case is closed out, that she will receive that FOIA. But I will not play that video on this channel. I will not let that grace this stage. It's disgusting. It is abhorrent. And I literally had to go puke. I could not even listen to all of it. There's parts of it that I didn't hear that I do not ever want to hear. Doodlebug is another advocate, and I appreciate you being here, Doodlebug. And I do pray the families he has covered are okay. Some have reached out to me to let me know they are okay. They were concerned about me. And I told him, I said, hey, listen, I will be fine. It's just processing all of this, you know? Thank you, Sailor. I appreciate that. And mods, I appreciate y'all being here. Hey, Mystery, it's good to see you. I got your message. Thank you so much. And I appreciate all of y'all being here. I'm sorry that I have not spoke to everybody here personally. I just needed to get that off my chest. And I just appreciate you giving me the space and the time to be able to come on my own terms to say what I needed to say. I'm not here to bash him, to call him names. I think we all know what it is. You know, I've seen lots of other creators to speak about this, to play the video, to talk about this. I'm just infuriated at this point.
Anybody that knows Dutchie, I can call you Dutchie, right, baby?
Yes, babe.
Knows why she started this channel, and that mission hasn't changed. You know, I mean, this situation right here proves exactly why people need to keep looking out for kids. You know, and I'm sure your mission's not going to change at all either, right, honey?
No, we call out crime, corruption. We have to, you know, the facts are what matters, and every life matters, and especially the kids. You know, we can't have that here. Dan, Mind of Monsters, is there anything that you would like to say in light of this situation?
I just want to caveat off of what you said. So anybody that has the misunderstanding that Dutchie brought him to this platform, that's absolutely not the truth. He brought himself to this platform. He built his own platform, and then he networked and reached out and became a part of our channels and our panels. This was not something where any of us brought him here. He brought himself here under the understanding that he wanted to be an advocate, and due to his past, that he had an understanding of why advocates needed to be there. You know, I've just like Dutchie, I've had to reach out to families. I've had to reach out to families and apologize to them that
Me too.
he was on a panel with my families, or he had reached out to my families. And like Dutch said, most of them are like, are you okay? Because they know how closely we work together on cases. Internet, not personal. This was through messages, through panels, through Discord calls. This was not a personal friendship. I was absolutely nauseous, disgusted, all the things. I have not worked with the man in almost 2 years because of a falling out, because I wasn't concerned enough about his life. I have actual missing families in my own life going on. So I stepped away a long time ago, but that doesn't change the fact that the past week has been absolutely the heaviest I think I've ever had to deal with. Because exposing MP Guy, exposing AWP, exposing the one that was in Maddie's case, that was doing it through a Reddit, was nothing like exposing what was supposed to be one of our own, somebody that we were supposed to protect our families with.
Yeah, exactly.
And as far as playing that video, there's no way in hell I would expose anybody to that video. And I have warned everybody that has went to go look for it to not watch it around their children, to make sure their children is not in the room, and to prepare themselves, because it's not anything pretty.
No, it's not. I couldn't even watch all of it. I was just so sick. And Queen Bee, thank you for being here. And you were struck by him, so you're on kick till Monday. I'm sorry that happened. And he tried to strike my community poster. I'm assuming it's him because they tried to take it down, but YouTube left it up. And I'm not going to play that video. If you want the link to the video, you want to watch it and see for yourself and come to your own conclusion about it. I'm not here to convince anybody. I know what I saw. I know what I heard, and what I heard was infuriating, and that will never be okay with me. And I as much as I want to scream and cuss and throw a fit, like it's not going to make it any better. So I feel like the best way to handle it is to just let people know that we're not going to tolerate that type of behavior in this community, and he will never be welcome here, and that he has been banned. And I just need people to know that this is where we stand on this. And I do appreciate all of your support, and it's good to see you, Blank Screen. Thank you for reaching out to me. Kenny says he had some weird vibes about him, and I've you know, people I've had, there's somebody told me there was another creator that wanted to know when I was going to go through all the videos that he was on my panel and review his behavior so I could determine if I missed anything. No, I'm not going to do that. I'm not gonna do that. This is all that he's going to get. This is it. This is it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just, this is literally just taking every ounce of energy that I have to be able to just try to stay composed as possible to speak about this. But to hold me accountable for someone else's actions that I don't know in real life, that it's just an internet collaboration of trying to get out missing people flyers and information. How can you hold me responsible for that? I have a ton of people, my mods. If you guys are watching the chat, you will see my people tell you, like, they remember when he came over to my Discord. They remember when he came over to my channel. Like, I didn't bring him here. I had no idea. I'm so, I don't know. You know, yeah, and you don't really see it. I think I just saw Fly say something. Sometimes red flags come across as personality quirks, and we don't see them until their mask falls off. Exactly. Exactly. And my mods are pissed. Thank you, Caffeinated Duchess. I appreciate your support. Duchess, you're an amazing person. Keep doing what you do. I know that your heart is in your advocacy. Please remember, for the missing, if you cannot hold me in your arms, then hold my memory in high regard. Yes. That's the part that makes me so emotional about it, is because of the families that I know that he has hosted on his panel, that he has spoken to. I have received numerous messages about things that really have bothered me, and I've asked them to please report it, because I am not the police. I am not a detective. I am not the person that these things need to be brought to. If there is any behavior that has been exhibited by this creator that is concerning, you need to reach out to the proper authorities, because bringing it here is not going to solve the situation. You need to report that to through the proper channels. And I just wish that if somebody did see something, that they would have came to me. If people are going to say it's on me, it seems like someone would have came to me if they saw something. Because here it is. If you see something, say something. If I would have known something, I would have definitely already told you guys about it. But he stepped away. He stepped away last year because of things he had going on with his ex-spouse. You know, at the time they were separating. He just gave us very minute details about that, and how he was taking a mental health break. And like, there wasn't a lot of information. You know, I try to give people space. You know, I'm not all up in everybody's business. I don't like people all up in my business, you know. He just, that's all he shared with me and Michelle and some other of my moderators who were very concerned about him because he stopped making videos. He stopped coming around. He didn't come in my chat for quite a few months. He just popped up in a live that I talked about the Summer Wells case recently. He just all of a sudden showed up in chat, and everybody was like shocked. You know, we were like, oh my God, there's Arctic. Like, how have you been? Like, we haven't seen you around in months. And that was so weird that he came into the chat out of the blue. We hadn't seen him for months and months and months. And I think the last time that I had even messaged him was when I messaged him back in August. I think I was like, hey, I haven't heard from you in a while. Are you okay? Yeah, my mom is sick. I've got things going on, just taking care of my mental health. Like, that's it. I'm not going to prod into somebody's, you know, he's not been around. I'm not talking to this person all the time. I don't know what's going on with him. And it's just, it's very strange how all of this has, like, and then he just jumps in when I have something that I need to say. Like, it gives me the heebie-jeebies. Just thinking about all of this has got my nerves tore up. I'm going to be honest with you, because I have a lot on my plate with taking care of my family and things like that. I just need to check on my people, you know, which is why I'm here today. I have a little bit of time, and I need to make sure that my mods are okay, you know, which I have talked to most of them. I need to make sure that my members understand that it is paramount that you guys know that I'm always going to be looking out for things. And our trust here has been violated. The values that we have here when we discuss these cases, if you ever feel unsafe or you see concerning behavior, please speak up about it. Please report it so that it can be addressed. Because I have to ask myself the question, how many people out there know something that we don't know? You know, and I have so many questions that I don't have the answers to. But we can't begin to even know who other people are on the internet. I tell people all the time, protect yourself, protect your privacy. But this community is going to hell in a handbasket. And this is not who I am. I do not want this person to reflect on my reputation and what I stand for, what my beliefs and morals are, because those two things, that is not even in the same space. Those two things don't exist in the same space. Arctic Fox True Crime and I cannot exist in the same space ever. Now, I don't know if there's anyone that feels like they need to speak on this, or, you know, if, you know, Kenny, if you want to come up and speak on this, I'm happy to, you know, I'm happy to post the link. If somebody wants to come up to talk about it. I don't really know what much that I can say about it, but I stand with the 501c3s that I support. There is a t-shirt on my bonfire store that supports the Aware Foundation. I have one that supports the Broken Link Foundation. I don't get that money. That money goes to them. You know, I support our 501c3s. We cannot have this going on, this behavior, these people in our community. It is an absolute no for me. And I stand with my friends who are sharing awareness, who are advocating for these families, who are out here making flyers. We have wonderful groups of people on X, on TikTok, on Facebook, on YouTube, on Instagram, that are doing amazing work. And then we have this situation that happens. And I'm very concerned about the fact that there is still a private group for sharing missing cases that Arctic Fox True Crime still has. That is still able to
I
be.
can address that group. Can you hear me, Dutch?
I can hear you.
Okay, so when that individual deactivated his Facebook account, that group was temporarily paused. He was the only admin running that group. Once he deactivated his account, nobody has access to do anything in that group. No posting, no comments, no nothing can go on in that group.
Liplock said, I've already said all I have to say about it. And I respect that, Liplock. I will say that I didn't have any idea when I saw your video about, I think in your video you stated that someone told you that Arctic paid somebody $500 to have another creator doxxed. I had no idea about that. I wish I would have known about that. But I did not know that. And thank you for saying that, because I had no idea. So, yes, and hey, Dippy, it's good to see you. It's been a long time, and I hope that you're well. And thank you, mods, for sharing these links. The links that the mods are sharing in chat is also in the description of this video. And if you would like to watch that video for yourself, it's a huge trigger warning. And I just ask that you do not watch this around your children, and be mindful and make sure you take breaks watching it and prepare yourself, because it is, I could not even get through it myself. But if you want to see it for yourself, I can't tell you how to feel about it, how to interpret what's happening. I know what I heard and what I saw, and it will always be a hell no for me. So Kenny said that Donna contacted Nick and informed them. Thank God. I actually was in the process of writing an email out to them, because I have a shirt that sponsors them as well. And I wanted them to know, because we must stand together, because we cannot allow this in our community. And y'all, like Mind of Monsters and Dan told you guys, there has been 3 other advocates that has been in this community. And Arctic sat right here on my panel with Mind of Monsters and Dan and other creators while we called out missing persons in America for the very same thing, and spoke staunchly about how he was against this. Do you know what a mindfuck that is? Excuse my French, but it infuriates me to know that someone can literally sit there and say XYZ about another advocate that's doing the very, I don't even know which is worse. They're both horrific. And then be mad and go around striking people for discussing this very situation. Hey, Jaded, it's good to see you, friend. Hey, Deep Dark, it's good to see you. Yeah, he did. Doodlebug was there. Yeah. It is disgusting. So, Casual Art, thank you so much. You couldn't have been expected to know whether here, school, church, camps, scouts, therapists, coaches, etc. Only that person is to blame. Just continue to do all the good that you do. Love you, Dutchie. I love you too, Casual Art. Thank you so much for your support. So you're in constant contact with Nick Mick. Kenny, if there's anything that I can do, if you would like a link to come up and say anything, you're more than welcome. I can drop the link in chat. I will do that now. If there's anyone that wants to come up, you know, please do.
And see, a lot of people don't realize this was a real gut punch, knowing that he was just here last year exposing somebody for doing the same very thing.
Yes. Thank you, Earthy. Love you, Duchess. You're the strongest person I know. You are loved and supported by many. We all stand behind you and beside you always. Thank you, Earthy. I appreciate you so very much. Kenny says, always watch and recognize your environment. Absolutely. And so I'm going to be working on a live stream where we're going to talk about CSAM. We're going to talk about prevention. We're going to talk about apps. We're going to talk about all of those things so we can stay educated on how to protect our kids from these particular situations. And I'm working on that. And so I appreciate that. And Dippy, thank you for becoming a member. I really appreciate that. We have a guest in the back. Hey, Chico, how are you?
I'm all right, babe. How are you today?
You're kind of cutting out a little bit.
Uh-oh, it might be where I'm at. Hold on.
Okay, I can hear you now.
Yeah, it was where I was at then. Arctic, F you for this. Real talk. F you. And you're striking people because you're worried about your mental health. You wasn't worried about it when you was doing your fuck shit. Sorry. I'm sorry for cussing, but it's the truth. But we're supposed to care about your mental health now. And I'm a strong advocate for people with mental health, but I'm sorry, I can't care about your mental health with this one. You put yourself in that situation. You chose to do that. Nobody else. None of us knew. A lot of us supported you. A lot of us dropped your links. A lot of us tried to help you get a bill passed so we could make Amber Alerts nationwide.
Absolutely.
We tried to help you. And this is how you repay the community that stood by you.
Yes. Thank you, Crafty Girl.
And instead of you, of course, honestly, even if you did come on this app and say something, I wouldn't respect a damn thing you had to say. There's nothing you can say. Nothing. Because what you did, you deserve prison. I'm going to be honest. You deserve prison. You deserve to be under the jail. We say it about everybody else. Sir, you're no different from the rest of them, apparently. I just hated that Dutch got caught in this and people are trying to put this off on Dutch as if she knew. You don't know a predator. You can't tell them from a mile away. You can't. A lot of these people hide it so well. You don't know. You should be ashamed of yourself of the hurt and pain you caused a lot of people on this app. Dutch, your mods, the people who supported you.
Absolutely.
Imagine how they feel finding this out on a live. You make that choice. So live with it. All this striking, you might as well stop. You did that to yourself. You want to talk about mental health? You should have thought about it before you did what you did. Exactly. I don't understand. I don't understand how all of a sudden we got to care about your mental health. Did you care about that child? Let me ask that. Apparently not.
Yeah.
But we're supposed to care? Nah, I'm sorry.
I can only care as much as he cares, and I'm not even there.
Thank you.
No, like y'all, I didn't checked out. Like as soon as I said, Queen, send me that link. That was it. Like as soon as I saw him on the video and I listened to just a few minutes, the Duke walked in. He heard a few little choice words of the video and he said, oh, hell no. And got mad and walked out on the porch. And I went straight over to Queen's. I was fucking pissed. I said, Queen, can I get the link? Because if you're going to watch it in real time, this is the first you're seeing it. I wanted to know. It was all I could do to try to keep it together because I was so blown away. Because remember, that just at 5:57, I had gotten a message from my mod saying, "Hey, Arctic left the Discord. And by the way, I can't find his YouTube channel." And I was like, "Okay, well, I'll send him a message." And so I sent him a message. And of course, he told me, which I shared on my community post. Because I felt like that was imperative. I'm not one to share screenshots, but I will say that I felt it was imperative to show that I had, right before all of this got outed, before I knew anything, he had left my Discord. His YouTube channel was gone. My mods were telling me that something was not right. So I messaged him and he told me, yeah, I took it down because my mom is getting worse. And I told him that I was sorry about his mom. And he said, "Thank you so much." And then within the next 10 minutes, I received over 50 messages and phone calls, and they were blowing me up. "Queen's going live, Queen's going live." And it just, like, I was blown away. The shock doesn't even begin to describe what was happening in that moment. And
No, as
I was
soon as
so
I was,
angry. I was so angry.
as soon as I was
So
told, the
angry.
first thing I thought about was you, Dutch. That was the first thing I thought about. Because I got the text too. Oh my God, Arctic is being outed as a predator. And I was like, wait, what? I was floored.
Yes,
So I,
chasing true crime, missing people in America. That is, yes, if you go back and watch, it's under my playlist under expose. We actually had a live stream back in April of 2025 about the charges that he was never actually arrested on because there was, Dan, you want to explain exactly how that happened? Like, it's not because it didn't happen. You know what I'm saying, Chasen? It's the charges didn't stick because of,
entrapment.
well, Dan, you want to speak on that?
So, let me see if I can find that article. It was due to another reason. I believe it was some sort of conflict, but I will pull up that.
Hey, Brady.
And I still have all of that information. Give me a minute.
I know here in Tennessee, they had to let one go, and he literally biked to he thought it was a teenage girl, literally biked, pedaled through 2 counties to get to this girl. And the charges had to be dropped because here in Tennessee, the police are the ones who have to be speaking to the perp. If they're not, charges are dropped. I've seen it with my own eyes.
Okay, so the reason why it was dropped was because the prosecution did not get all the information to the judge in time.
Oh my gosh. I knew it was some type of thing that happened with it got dropped due to the speedy trial. Thank you, Jessica. And I'm glad to see you here, Jessica, and I hope that you're doing well. And Cracker Jack said that you should hold no guilty feelings for this perp. No one saw it, and you don't need to explain yourself anymore. Just work on healing yourself. I don't have any guilty feelings for him. What I do feel badly about is that myself and people in this community were duped. And, and Brandy, I don't know. I'm not sure about that, but I'm encouraging families, if there are videos that are out there or where Arctic's information. Now, this was the MPIA. He had inappropriate behaviors with a minor. And because of the speedy trial, the prosecutors did not get the evidence submitted in time and the charges were dropped. But it doesn't mean that it didn't happen. So, and I just feel like that is wrong. So, we try to keep people in the know about things. I shared a lot of MPIA's flyers, and that's when we all decided that we were going to have to pick up the slack in trying to make flyers in place, and we were going to have to root them out. Yes, we were talking about a large page called Missing Persons in America. That's them, right, Dan? MPIA?
Missing People in America.
Yeah, it's
owned by
Missing
Ryan
People.
Ritchie.
Yeah, now Missing Persons in America.
I don't know who that is, but I know Missing People in America is the one we exposed.
Yes, and and they went by MPIA on their flyers. That was their initials. But I understand that they have started another group rebranding as somebody else.
Yes.
And no, Amy, he's not. Like, the police are still investigating this situation, so we have to let them do their job. But I want to have a live stream where we can educate people about how to protect their children, the apps that they need to stay away from. I did actually have like a couple things that was uploaded, because there are things that people need to know about internet safety tips for your child. I mean, never share personal information, always listen to your children, who they're talking to, like set up time limit usage for the internet. Some parents I know, like with my family, I have nieces and nephews, like they can only use their devices certain times, and it has to be in the living room. They can't take those devices to their rooms. They don't have TVs or devices in their bedrooms. You have to monitor their online activities, and it gets difficult when they become teenagers. It does. But it's paramount that we have to stay on top of these things. So I want to use this situation as an educational moment to bring it back. And Kenny says MPIA still exists. Supposedly someone else is doing it now, although the person worked closely with Richie. Yeah, that's what I heard too. And that apparently Richie is still collecting all the profits because they have some type of 501c3. That's what I heard. That there's someone else doing it, but he's getting all the money for it. So Manifested Search Team is the new mask for MPIA. Jessica, thank you for sharing that. I didn't have any idea. Dan, striking is where another creator will make a YouTube report against somebody else's content to try to get it taken down.
Also, stay away from Roblox.
All right, I got a couple people up here.
Gotcha. I didn't know what that meant. I kept seeing people talk about it, but I didn't understand what it meant.
Yeah, that's what it is. So
now I do have to jump down, Duchess, but I'll still be in the chat.
That sounds good. Thank you, Dan, for being here, and I appreciate you. And you know that I support you. Dan is over on TikTok, guys. If you want to follow him, he's not here, I don't think, anymore on YouTube doing sharing missing cases and flyers here, but he is on Facebook and he is on TikTok. And Dan, if you want to share your stuff in the chat, I'll give you a wrench and you can share your links. But thank you for being here.
Alrighty, young lady. I appreciate you. And guys, nobody knew nothing about this. Nobody had any psychic ability to know that this person was amongst us. So nobody can be blamed. Nobody can be attacked over it. This is a shock to everyone. So please keep the focus on the person that did the wrong and leave everybody else alone.
Absolutely. Thank you, Dan. I hope you have a good night. Okay. Kimmy Cash, thank you for being here. Manipulative people rely on the fact that good people naturally want to believe the best in others. That trust is what they are experts at exploiting. I can't disagree with you there. And BVK, it's good to see you. I'm so glad that you were able to make it over. Jen Rebel says, Dutchie, the man who trafficked my niece to North Carolina will be sentenced life with parole, habitual offender in June for what was done to her and other 6 minors. 3 of the 30-plus-year-old men also have been indicted. Jen Rebel, I'm so glad to hear that, but I'm so very sorry that this has happened to your family. And if you ever need anything, you know,
Damn it.
to me. Hey, Wendy Blank, it's good to see you. It is very upsetting. Chasing all of this is just, it's very disturbing. We also have Earth on panel and we have Brady. Can you guys hear me okay?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah, I hear you, Dutch.
Okay. I appreciate y'all coming up. Is there anything that you wanted to share, Earthy?
Put the man behind the jail, under the jail. I'm going to leave it there because if I get too violent, it's going to be, well, I'll leave it there.
You're about like me, Earth. I'm trying to keep it together. You heard everybody with this Arctic. I hope you know that.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, to me, hiding your channels and striking people, I mean, that's, to me, that's, it just says what it says.
That's a weak ass move.
Thank you. That's weak ass.
Pika, so good to see you. Any game that allows your child to communicate with other online players is dangerous and shouldn't be openly available to your children without monitoring by an adult.
Mm-mm.
That's right, Tomboy Charm. It's good to see you. Hadn't seen you in a while. I hope you're doing good. And y'all, Nana, it's good to see you. I know a few states suing Roblox over allowing predators on their site without the correct verification.
Good. They need to see Roblox. Roblox know there's an issue with predators just gravitating to their app or platform, and they still allow it. Sorry, not sorry. Roblox need to go down too. Really, any game that allows that, and they know good and well they do allow it. I'm sorry. No, y'all need to be bankrupt.
Yeah. Ableist,
I
thank
agree.
you so much for your support. These predators are pros. They have to hide for their survival, usually since their youth, so no one can be blamed for not catching on.
Hey, y'all. Hey, Dutchie.
Hey, how are you?
I'm good. I'm good. I was gonna say that the people that get your children are the people that we know, love, and trust. Otherwise, they wouldn't have access to your children. But also with Roadblocks, there's a class action lawsuit against Roadblocks, and they actually have they've got things in place, but these predators are smart and they're manipulating children, right? So they tell them, can we talk, or they get their numbers by having them put it in one at a time, one number at a time. So they're and then they'll get their phone number, and then that's how that starts. Is the child will put in one number at a time until it's and so they're tricking the sensors, the people that are watching, and trying to look out for it. They're they're it's hard, I guess. I imagine they're trying to keep up with it, but there's a class action lawsuit against them right now.
Right.
Yeah.
Tomboy Charm, earlier when I talked about the charges being dropped, that was on another creator that we did an expose on that was missing people in America, MPIA, which was another advocate that was involved with minors. And those charges were dropped because the prosecution did not get their evidence into the court in time. And because of the Speedy Trial Act, those charges were dropped against him. But that doesn't mean that it didn't happen, because according to the family, it most certainly did. And that victim did not get justice. And so that was, and this has nothing to do with Arctic, that particular case. But Arctic was up there with us on panel talking about it, and which makes me even more furious now.
I remember.
So from what I understand, I do have a couple of people that I know that are local in Arkansas, and there is a FOIA that has been requested, but the investigation is still open, and therefore a FOIA cannot be sent until the investigation is closed. So I am awaiting to receive information on how this will play out. But no matter what the end of that turns out to be, he will never be welcome back in this community by me. And I stand 10 toes down on it.
Oh, hell
Right.
no.
Nope.
Yeah, and I think that it's my understanding that he was reporting people. First of all, I think it's wild that it was just Queen when everybody reported on it, but I didn't know that he reported other people. I thought Queen was the only one that got struck, but I was under the understanding that it was for like immediate danger to him. I mean, I don't want anybody to, to go and harm him in any way. That's not the way that we need to do things. We need to do things the right way. And not go out and physically harm somebody. He deserves due process, but I mean, it's a real weak thing to do. I mean, he shouldn't have been messing around like that at all. And for him to be in true crime and to not, I mean, it's disgusting. It's so gross. And so disappointing. My God, so disappointing. And he hurt so many people in the community.
Yes.
Yes. And I think what bothers me the most is him claiming his mental health is at risk. You did that. You put yourself in that situation.
That's true. Yeah, you can't claim all these, these ailments now. You did this. This is all on you. You put yourself in this predicament. So, and who else is you messing with 14-year-old boys. Uh, what about their mental health?
Hmm. Exactly. What about that child? You evidently didn't give a damn about the child,
Not
but
at
we're
all.
supposed to care about your mental health. No, miss me. Sorry, I mean that, and I'm a strong advocate for mental health. People know my struggles, but you're not gonna play that game with me.
Right. His
You're not.
frontal lobe is formed, and that 14-year-old is not.
Yeah. This is just it's been very difficult, especially for the families. Like, that's where my main concern is. I've spoke to many advocates. We've had conversations about this. They know where I stand. And that was the paramount people that I had to take care of before I came to have this live stream. Is I needed to check on my people. I needed to check on those closest to me, different advocates in the community that may possibly be affected. I wanted to reach out to the families to ask them if they are okay. Is there anything that I can do? Actually, yes, riled up. You can ask a question. Absolutely. That's where my concern really lies, because I want people to know that, that I'm here. If there's anything that I can do, that I do not condone this behavior. I do not stand with this.
No.
And if they have any concerns, I want to encourage them to make sure that they report any of those concerns that need to be.
Dutchie, you've been amazing, and you've been doing this a long time now. And I remember when you first started your channel, and you were like, trying to mess with the settings, and we're just figuring it all out. And you have been amazing. You've done this all along, and on your own dime, and you have you're an amazing advocate for this community, and you have just been a wonderful, wonderful person, and I adore you. I'm gonna drop down, but I wanted to thank you for all that you do, Dutchie.
Thank you, Crispy. I really appreciate you. Take care of yourself, and I'll see you around.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Thank you
All
for
right.
having me up.
You're welcome.
Um,
Riled Up says OPP Oklahoma said in the video they believe they saw his picture across their desk about another boy as well. Has that been confirmed? Are there two victims? I do not know. I have no knowledge of that. I have heard the rumors about that, but I cannot confirm this. And this is why I feel like it's imperative that I don't want to put out any speculation or say anything that I don't know if there's any truth to, because I also am getting this third hand. I'm not directly involved with any of this. I have no knowledge of any of this. So I'm hoping that the police department is investigating this, and that we will know a resolution on this very soon. And I will keep you guys, aware of anything that I do find out. Keep your head on a swivel, guys. Protect yourself, protect your kids. If you see something, say something. That's what this community is about. I think somebody was saying, yes, I see that, Nicole. Somebody was saying OPP was live last night, but I don't know that it's been confirmed. So thank you for saying that. And I don't really know much else. I'm not going to play the video. The video link is in the description if you want to go watch it yourself. But I just wanted to let everybody know where I stand with this. I did gift some memberships out. So if you received a membership, welcome to the Dutch Bus. I forgot that I had some memberships that I needed to give out. So I didn't want to forget those. So I want to go ahead and give those out. But and I've heard the rumors about things going on, but until I know what the factual information is, I just want to keep it to that, because we need to be able to say what we need to say, but we also have to keep moving forward, because I'm not going to continue to give him more attention than he deserves. Everybody needs to know that this is never going to be acceptable. I will never allow him back here, and I'm done with it. And I hope that there will be a good resolution. Hang on, we have Michelle back here. Are you here?
I hope that there will be a good
I'm
resolution.
Hang
On, we have
Michelle back here. We got feedback. Michelle, I think you got YouTube in the background or something. If I'll let you cut that out. And welcome to the membership for everybody that got the memberships that I gave out. I think Brady got one, Halloween Baby, Blank Screen, MP Awareness, Bobo, and who else got a membership? Let's see. Wendy Blank, La Lauren, Broken Bougie. I love that name. Sheila D. And Wee Frosty Ewok. My spirit animal also got Wee. Wee. I love you so much.
Hey, Dutch, I'm finna hop down too because I gotta feed the animals. I just got back in the house. I've been ripping and running this afternoon myself. So,
Well, I appreciate you coming up, Chico, and speaking your part that you wanted to say about this. And again, when I say that I'm sorry, it's not that I feel sorry for Arctic. I feel terrible that I didn't see it. None of us saw it.
No, sorry. I cannot let you put that on your shoulders. I can't. I'm sorry. I'm going to disagree with that, Dutch.
I feel terrible that I didn't know, but you guys know if I did know that I would have immediately come to you and said, what the facts are, because I have no hesitancy about calling it out.
We know this.
Dutch,
none of us knew.
Yeah, we've known you a
Exactly.
long time. Okay, we've known you a long time. We know this about you.
Like you're telling us that, and we know, Dutch. We know your heart. We know where your mind and heart is at. None of us knew that this man was out here doing the F stuff he was doing. None of us knew. I didn't see it. You didn't see it. Michelle didn't see it. None of us saw it.
No.
And I'm sorry, you cannot blame yourself. Even though he had been on your panel quite a few times, that doesn't mean anything. That doesn't mean you share the responsibility for what he did, because at the end of the day, he did that. Him, not you.
Exactly, Chico.
Exactly.
But
Amen, Chico.
I love you, and I will talk to you later.
Okay.
Bye, everybody on chat, y'all, or on panel. And I'll be in chat because I gotta get the babies fed. They're looking at me crazy as hell. So,
Okay. Thank you, Chico. I hope you have a good night. We'll catch up soon.
all right, bye, y'all.
I really appreciate everyone that's come up and, shared their thoughts about that. Thank you, XX Country. I appreciate that. And I appreciate my mods. I appreciate my members. Listen, I never want to put you guys in a unsafe space. Michelle is my best friend. She's my admin. She's the queen of the Discord. Michelle, is there anything that you want to say?
I am the admin and queen of the Discord, and I didn't see it either.
And we had conversations about cases, and
We did.
he even attacked you guys over your political views and all kinds of things. And I had to tell him, like, hey, this has got to stop, or I'm gonna have to take your wrench. We can all be adults. We don't have to agree on everything, but you're not going to sit over here and bash my people. And I had to go to him and tell him this has to stop.
But we knew him on a computer screen.
That's it.
None of us had his phone number.
No.
We didn't even have his address.
No.
And I know this because 2 years ago, we were getting birthday gifts for each other and all going in on the birthday gifts. And we were going to get one for him. And none of us knew his address to send him a gift.
Yep.
Nobody talked to him on the phone. People live around predators every day. They're in their schools. They're in the churches. They're in sports. They're everywhere. People are around them in real life and do not see it. So I don't know how anyone thought that you should be able to see it.
Well, it's just like, Jessica, she worked with Ryan Ritchie every day at MPIA, and she didn't know.
Exactly. But that's what they do.
So for anybody to be out here saying, this is my fault, I brought him here to this community. He was here. He had his own channel. He was doing his own thing, going on people's panels before I even knew who he was.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
And Mind of Monsters knows that. You know that, Michelle.
He had his own channel. He started his own channel. Like, he didn't start as a mod like the rest, like a lot of us did on other channels, and didn't like what we saw and started our own platforms. He came in and started his own platform. How me and him met was he was live one day. I was scrolling the streets looking for somewhere to chat. He was covering a case. All I did was went in his chat and said, what you're talking about is misinformation. I can send you the correct information. That's how me and him met.
Yeah.
And we were very off and on this whole time.
Same here.
Like, it's not something, this was never a personal friendship. Have never went and traveled and met and didn't know. No. And, a lot of, and I have to say this from my heart, a lot of us as advocates, a lot of us that are here in the community, whether you're in this community or you're on the TikTok community or the Facebook community or wherever you are, we've been deeply affected by this. But those of us that are channel holders and advocates, we've had to reach out to families and have a conversation I never thought I'd have to have with a family.
It's been very difficult.
Then creators placing blame on people without knowing any knowledge of what really happens in the background. And if there's families in the bushes or in this chat, please vet the people that you share your loved ones' information with. Please vet them.
Absolutely.
Dutchie's inbox is always open. My inbox is always open. If you want to, so-and-so reached out to go on a podcast. Hey, I'm completely okay with it. I'm sure Dutch is too. Send a message and ask, hey, do you know this person? Are they known for bad behavior?
Please ask us. We have Mind of Monsters and Dan made a collective list of people that are advocates that are trusted. And this is exactly why we have that.
Yep.
This is exactly why we have that list. And now we have marked off another one. It's
Well,
just
exactly. But
unbelievable.
people make the list the first time it comes out that they've done something. It's not like we always know.
Right.
No. Therefore, that's why there's been 4 advocates that have been exposed so far. Because you just never know. You know, they're just people hiding behind an avatar. But that doesn't mean that I'm a predator. It doesn't mean that I'm covering for him. I'm absolutely not covering for him. Had I known this, I would have called him out myself.
Absolutely.
We know this, Dutchie.
In a heartbeat. In a
I
heartbeat.
just
You better
appreciate
believe.
everyone allowing me to share my thoughts on this, because I felt like it was, it is a very serious situation, but I also wanted to get myself together, my thoughts, be able to process this, reach out to families and people personally to check on them, check on my people, and be very clear and concise and just stand on that. I firmly oppose this behavior. I know what I saw. I know what I heard. You can't convince me otherwise. I don't care how you bend it, how you shape it, what you think I need to do about it. I can't do anything about it. The burden, the blame is solely on him. I oppose it. I oppose any behavior that harms and exploits minors or victims or people in general. But the safety of children and young people and the integrity of this community is always going to come first. And we have to continue doing what we do. And we have to keep this at the forefront of our minds in knowing when we share out this information that we never know. Who is getting this information? What's being done? We have to continue to let people know. If you see something, say something. If something has happened, don't keep it to yourself. You need to report it. You need to tell somebody. So that if you don't want to go to the cops and you feel like you have to tell somebody and confide in someone, that person needs to be the one to encourage, hey, you need to make a report. You need to tell somebody that is in a position that can do something about this. Because if it doesn't get reported, then nothing is ever going to change about these people doing this in the community, using this mask to hide in a community of advocates looking for missing kids, all while it's very disturbing. And we have to look out for one another. And anyone who violates this, they just don't have a place here in this community. It's never going to be acceptable. Never. Hang on, we have another special guest. Hello.
Hello, everybody. Hey, how you doing?
Hey, we.
Hey, y'all. I agree with everything you all have said, and I think a lot of us are glad that you have not only, as usual, done the right thing, Dutchie, by the families and victims and organizations that you already work with, but also for the community as a whole. We all are grateful for that. We can recognize and deeply respect your integrity, especially when something like this is so shocking and so painful to know that somebody lied to you. They did. And
did.
you know, that's a horrible thing to experience. It's horrible. It's awful. There is another little slightly selfish part I want to remind people of too, that partly because we're on social media and partly because people can be just cruel, there are also people around us who will use false accusations in order to attack people or diminish their character, their integrity, with zero basis or evidence behind such an accusation. And that is also as dangerous as those we see who are actually causing harm. And I think it's something that also needs to be addressed in this community in general, something that should be important to us. If victims and their families are to be truly cared for, then the weight of such an accusation of such evil behavior should have weight behind it. There are people who will throw around those terms like it's nothing. And I think a lot of you know that I have been on the receiving end of that too. That's why part of this is a bit selfish on my part, and I feel bad for that. But it was something that I had never expected. And I think it's something that should be very important to people. We have to be responsible for all of it, because then the people who are doing wrong get ignored. They get away with it.
Yeah.
And that part, that's where I will be different to people like Arctic. Unlike him, the police can show up at my door any day, anytime. I'm good. Unlike him, you will not be getting the same little conversation that he was having on camera. That will never be a thing. That's not my life.
Yeah, same here.
Yep.
It's still just shocking. It's still going to take some time to just absorb that this has happened in our community. But it's an important conversation that we had to have today. And I just appreciate everyone allowing me the space to, I'm not going to come here and name call and do all of these things. I just don't feel like it's no matter how much I yell and say bad words or whatever, it's not going to make me feel any better. I still have to keep my head on my shoulders.
That's right.
I have a channel that I have to represent, and I'm not going to allow him to tear me down and ruin my reputation in this community for the work that I have done, because all of the work that I have done, the subscribers that I have, it's not because anybody else did the work for me. I make my own flyers. I create my own billboards. I do all of my own designs. I make my own videos, my intros, my outros. I even make my own music for my channel. I'm self-sufficient. I do everything on my own. Not even we did at one time have a couple people that helped research some cases, but you can ask Michelle, like, I do it on my own. Like, all of my stuff that I talk about, like, it's because a lot of people have real lives. They have things that they have to do. Like, I'm not going to Arctic saying, hey, I need you to help me do this or help me do that. Did he ask me to make missing flyers? Yes. Did he ask me to make billboards? Yes. Did I do it? Yes. Did I charge him money? No. Because they're free. And you know why they're free? Because I have all of these amazing people right here. See these people right here? This is how I'm able to do that and to continue my work, because of these people right here.
But you do that for everyone. Anyone can ask you for a flyer or a billboard or a graphic, and you will do it for them.
I will. And it's no charge. Like, I'm happy to help. I mean, that's what I'm here for. I came to this platform to, not yet. I'm happy to help anybody that needs help. Like, that's what I'm here for. I'm not here for the drama and the craziness, although sometimes we have that and we have to have these difficult discussions. There's always going to be things that is going on. But at the end of the day, my channel is not really focused on all of those things. It is focused on integrity. It's focused on the facts. It's focused on getting the flyers and the information out there, because we just want to see these people come home.
Absolutely.
You know, and I was doing that long before I ever had a YouTube channel here locally where I live. You know, I'm a big proponent of helping in my own community, and I just felt like I could reach more people if I had a channel where I could share things that are going on here locally, because we have a lot of trafficking. We have a lot of issues with missing people in my area, and it doesn't pay my bills. Okay, we have jobs that pay the bills. Okay, we don't, our income on YouTube definitely does not pay the bills. This is something that I started because of my own trauma that I went through when I almost drowned. And I was missing for quite some time before I was found. And it's just a mission that my husband and I talked about. We decided to go forward with it. And although I'm not live every day, all day, I do it when I have time, because it's not my full-time job. It's something that I do because I'm just trying to be a help. I'm a help channel. I'm a help channel. Yes, Mystery, I did make your intro. And I was happy to do it. I had some extra time and I was happy to do it. And I hope that, you know, I just want to make friendships. I don't want to have to be doing this. I don't want to get in arguments with people, but there's people that's always going to have something to say. I'm not for everyone, y'all. I'm not for everyone. And that's okay. There's people that don't like me. There's people that don't care about me. There's people that believe things because somebody told them some stuff, but they don't know me. They just go with what people tell them, or however somebody paints me out to be. And you know what? If that's how you want to live your life, carry on with that. But I know who I am. And people that know me, like Michelle has been to my house multiple times. She knows me in real life. Now, if Michelle, if you do some weird shit and get me in trouble, I do have to say you've been to my house. Everybody knows now. Everybody knows you've been to my house.
I think you're okay. I think you'll be fine.
I think I'm safe. I think I'm safe, and I think you're safe. I haven't been to your house, but you've been to my house. I don't have anything to hide. I'm just me. And some people like me and some people don't. And that's okay if you don't like me. I'm not for everybody. And no, she did not get salt thrown on her. Although I do put salt on my doorway quite often to get all the bad juju out. Because you can ask Michelle. I'm funny. Ask Michelle. I believe it. I'm funny about people I let in my house. Like, because this is my sanctuary. And everybody going to bring that bad juju in here, honey. Nuh-uh. Not today. Not today, Satan. We can't be doing all that. So if you come to my neighborhood looking for something, whatever, it's not going to be good for you. I promise. But yeah, come on down. Whatever. Like, listen, I have met lots of my members and subscribers in person. They come to the beach. They're like, hey, I'm in Myrtle Beach. I'm like, hey, let's go out and we'll meet for some sweet tea. You know, there's lots of people that have actually met me in real life. Like, I don't have anything to hide. I'm just me. Some people are like, oh my gosh, she's so fake. No, y'all, I'm just me. Who I am on here is, my husband is, I mean, he just told y'all, like, trust and believe. Like, this is just, this whole thing has just been fucking.
I can attest to that. She is the same person off screen as she is on screen.
And I like to laugh. And I made Michelle laugh a whole lot when she's here.
Yes, you do.
And we have a good time. We have fun. I really prefer to have fun. I like getting off the internet and just going out and doing things in my real life, which is a lot of times why I'm not live on the internet, because I'm out living my real life. I'm out taking care of business. I'm out doing things that real people have to do to pay their bills and get things done. I have a whole household that I have to take care of. I have a family. I have a mom with dementia. Like, these are the things that matter to me, my friends that I care about, the people that are on this panel that I care about. Those are the things that are important to me. And these cases are important too, but they aren't the paramount for me because it's not my real life. Like, I share out as many flyers as I can. I go live when I have an opportunity, but I have to take care of my family. And I have to make sure that all of my personal things are taken care of before I can ever get on this internet and begin to tell anybody else about anything. You know, we have to always make sure that we're taking care of ourselves and looking out for our people before we can get on this internet and profess that we're going to tell somebody else about how they need to feel, what they need to be doing, what timeline they need to be doing it on, how mad they need to be. Who the fuck do you think you are to come in on your stream and call me out? I'm calling you out, Dutchie. No, bitch, you need to sit the fuck down is what you need to do. And you need to go touch grass and get some vitamin C. Because
Duchess.
just keep screaming my name, because I don't even jump for my husband, and he knows. Like, I am 52 years old. I am not going to jump for anybody. Okay? I process, and I have my method of the way that I need to cope with it. And I'm going to do it when I'm good and ready. And that's it. And you can love it. You can hate it. You can feel however you want to about it. But it is what it is. And you don't have to like it. But you don't feed me, you don't fuck me, and you don't finance me. And therefore, you're not going to tell me what the fuck to do. Now, I hate to have to end it on that note, but that's just the way that it is. And I'm sorry that I had to just, I said I wasn't going to take it there. But for anybody in the bushes or anybody watching this on the replay that needs to know, this is how it is. And nobody is going to threaten me or try to pin me in a corner or I don't mistake my kindness for weakness. Don't do it. That's the fuck around and find out. You remember that? You remember that little thing about, yeah, in case y'all didn't know, it's you must first fuck around, and number 2, in order to find out. It's logical being secret. I'm a terrible person. What a day. I'm a meanie. Bye, bitch. And that is, yes, the 3 F's. And somebody else in this chat knows all about the 3 F's. And I'm not even going to go there about that's a whole thing. Anyway, yes, I think that I was told that person actually brought BHB to YouTube. Whoever brings BHB to YouTube is not the one to be telling me what I need to do.
Hell no.
No.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, what a day. I'm a meanie. I think I'm going to have to make that some merch.
They brought
Yeah,
BHB to YouTube. They need to rethink their life.
I agree.
I mean, you cannot gaslight me, because I'm going to still do what I want to do, when I want to do it, how I want to do it. And it's just the way it is. And Duke approves this message. He just said he approves this message. So get the hell over yourself. Okay. Period. I said what I had to say. I tried to keep it as calm, cool, and collective as possible. But at the end of the day, we are not going to stand with this behavior. It's never going to be okay. It's just, it's disgraceful. And it's a clear concern for this community.
Yeah.
it's not helpful to keep going on about it and playing the videos over and over. If y'all want to go see it, the link's in the description. I'm not going to play it here. I just want to be proactive about the situation, because I know it's going to be continued to be talked about, and if other people want to talk about it, they are free to do so. I just want to clarify that I do not have any involvement with this. I do not have any other further collaborations. He has been banned from all of my channels, and are there any questions?
I think you spoke enough for all of us up here.
Yep, I believe so. But thank you, Dutchie.
Thank
you guys for joining me for this conversation. And I'm going to go have dinner with my husband, and we are going to watch The Real Housewives.
Oh,
And
Lord.
yes, because we love, well, listen, when I'm not on YouTube, we're watching.
Which one? Which one?
Of Beverly Hills. We got to find out what
Oh,
happens. And Southern Charm. And
We-
yes, and Southern Charm. We're highly invested, and we have to catch up on Southern Charm also. Because hubby just went to Charleston and met some of the people in Southern Charm, and I didn't even get to go, and I was so mad.
Oh my goodness.
I know. He got his picture taken with him too, and then sent it to me.
He's going
And
to
I was
have all ideas about himself now.
Yeah, he's like, look, I'm famous. Look, I'm famous. And I'm like, so I'm going to go enjoy my evening. My family will be back here shortly, and I wanted to be done with this so that I could spend time with my family. Tomorrow, I'm going to be spending time with my family for the next couple evenings, and so I wanted to get this out of the way. But I do appreciate you guys joining me and for understanding. You know, this is the way that I feel about it, and I'm not going to stand with it. And I appreciate you guys being supportive.
A wee
Of course,
reminder
Susan.
to everybody, there was a whole lot of useful links that were dropped in the chat throughout the entire stream. So if anybody missed those will be there if you go back and look through the live chat, and I'm sure people will be resharing a whole lot of that out. There's some very good and very useful information there, because that's how we learn. You know, there are people who have the most awful jobs in the world having to deal with this topic on a daily basis. There's not enough money that can ever pay somebody to have to deal with the things that they see and deal with day in, day out. But we're grateful for them because somebody has to do it.
Yeah.
And that's how we make, you know, our whole community as a whole, no matter where you're located, safer. We can all learn something and share something. But thank you very much, everybody. I appreciate you.
Yes, thank you guys very much. I'll let you guys hop down, and I will close this out. Kenny Gerald says, we were contacted by a producer for a documentary on the lack of support for persons of color. If anyone else is interested, let me know.
Oh,
Thank you, Kenny. I appreciate you letting us know. And by the way, Kenny Gerald is over the Aware Foundation of Virginia, and I did drop his link to his Facebook page in chat. He is a wonderful source of flyers and information, and we support him. And I just appreciate Kenny being here as well. And I will share his link again if you guys are on Facebook and you want to check him out. Thank you, Kenny, for coming over and, you know, just supporting the message that we're trying to get out, that this is not acceptable here in our community. And I did see another comment that I wanted to highlight briefly.
I'm going to hop down. Nighty night, everybody, and we can all look forward to seeing Duchess and the Duke on Southern Charm at any moment. Tune in.
I think that would be a hot mess, to be honest with you.
That would be glorious. Bring it.
It would. It would, wouldn't it? Take care, I appreciate you. We'll catch up soon.
I'm going to hop down too.
Okay. Thank you guys so very much. I appreciate your support. Crime Curious says, beware of the drama-hungry creators who are actually happy about this and faking their outrage in order to rage bond with others. Many of the people calling you guys out are excited opportunists. Yeah, they probably want to pick up some of those 17,000 subscribers that Arctic had over on his channel. That's, if they want to come sub to my channel, they can, and if they don't have to. They'll find their place. And they probably subscribe to other channels. If they're here on YouTube, they're probably already subbed to other channels as well. So this has been the tea, y'all. This has been the awareness. Protect yourself. If you see something, say something. It is very important that we talk about this. Arctic Fox is not welcome in this community. And Rock Bottom apparently has a basement, and we are back in the basement again with all of this insanity. And I appreciate you coming over to hear me speak about this. And I'm going to let you guys go. I'm going to play you out with a little outro. And I hope you guys have a wonderful week. And I'll probably see you around in some YouTube chats. I'm going to go have dinner with my family. Take care, guys. Don't forget to hit the like if you're watching this on the replay. And thank you, Mind of Monsters, for being here. I appreciate you so very much. Don't forget to hit the like and share this out. More people need to know that we are not going to stand with this in our community. And last but not least, I just want to give another shout out to all the members that joined up or that showed their badges tonight. Those who supported the channel, I really appreciate you all more than I can say. It means a lot to me. So until next time, I will see you guys later. Take care of yourself out there. Bye now.
Stream's done, screen goes black, but the name still lingers in my mind. No cap.
Y'all pulled up chairs to this little light. Turn these old cold files in a hope tonight.
Yeah, y'all come back now. You're here. Duchess and her team will be right here. 'Cause without y'all, trails go dark. Every share, every voice, you light that spark. Grab a seat and stay a while. We keep it kind, we keep it clear. Less drama, more facts. Y'all come back now. You're here. You could be anywhere, but you ride with me. Turning clues and coffee in a company. Every share, every flyer, like a porch light on, for the ones gone missing, till they make it home. Y'all come back now, you're here. Don't you appreciate you supporting her here? 'Cause without you, these trails go dark. We need every voice to light that spark. Hit that like and share this out. That's what awareness is all about. The mission is vital, working as peers. I'll see y'all on the next one. Y'all come back, now you're here. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. We don't deal in giving up.
We raise voices lifting up.
Every view, another spark, burning brave against the dark. Y'all come back now, you're here. Dutch appreciate you supporting her here. 'Cause without you, these trails go dark. We need every voice to light that spark. Hit that like and share this out. That's what awareness is all about. The mission is vital, working as peers. I'll see y'all